In this video, we will discuss about female external genitalia, that is vulva. We already discussed about primary sex organ of female reproductive system, that is ovary, as well as about its accessory ducts, that is vagina, fallopian tube, uterus. Now we will discuss about vulva. So vulva, which is external genitalia of female, it has depression, okay, that is called vestibule. Such type of depression is there here, like this. This depression is called vestibule, and vestibule has two opening inner to it. One is called urethral orifice and second opening is called vaginal orifice. It is urethral orifice which serve as passage for urine, and it is vaginal orifice. As we already discussed about vagina, so that vagina open to the outside with the help of opening, we call that opening vaginal opening or vaginal orifice. And vaginal orifice, that is covered by hymen, partially covered by a membrane which is called hymen, which is often torn during the coitus or intercourse or due to vigorous physical activities like horseback riding, cycling, sudden jerk, etc. Or in some cases it persists after coitus. So presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or of sexual experience. And vestibule, this depression, vestibule, which is a depression in vulva, it is covered or it is bounded, it is guarded by two pairs of moist skin fold. Those skin folds are labia minora and labia majora. So inner one, inner smaller pair or fold of moist skin, inner one, that is called labia minora. At its anterior end, this labia minora fused and form a fold of skin which is called prepuce. It is called prepuce. Prepuce act as a cover in front of small erectile organ which is called clitoris. Okay. So at its anterior end, this labia minora, it get fused and form a skin fold which is called prepuce. It act as a cover on highly sensitive part of female reproductive system which is called clitoris. Clitoris is considered as homologous to penis part of the male because of presence of highly erectile tissue, that is corpora cavernosa, in both in penis as well as in clitoris of the female. And labia minora, that fused at its anterior end and form a structure, membranous fold. That membranous fold is called, we call this fold fourchette. At its anterior end, it fused and formed prepuce which act as a cover on highly sensitive part of the female reproductive system, clitoris. At its posterior end, it gets fused and it forms a structure which is called fourchette. Then outside the labia minora, there is another skin fold that is larger, outer larger pair, that is called labia majora. This inner one is called labia minora, and one which lies outside, this is called labia majora. Labia majora is considered as homologous to scrotum of the male, and labia majora has pubic hair on it. Presence of pubic hair along with sebaceous gland. While this labia minora, it is devoid of pubic hair and has sebaceous glands on it. At this end, from where the labia majora started, there is a cushion of fatty tissue. Okay, there is cushion of fatty tissue or fleshy elevation. Fleshy elevation above the labia majora, which has pubic hair on it. These structures are showing the pubic hair. Presence of pubic hair on that fleshy elevation. This fleshy elevation above the labia majora, it is called mons pubis. This part, mons pubis. Okay, so vulva consists of these parts. Mons pubis, which is a cushion of fatty tissue and has pubic hair on it. Then below it, at its posterior end, there is the starting of another structure, which is labia majora, which is the larger pair, which is covering the vestibule part, and inner to labia majora there is labia minora. Labia minora, it is devoid of pubic hair, but it has sebaceous gland like the labia majora. Inner to it, this structure is called vestibule, and vestibule has two openings, urethral orifice and vaginal orifice. Okay, vaginal orifice, that is covered by hymen. Okay, and this highly sensitive part, clitoris, that is covered by fold of skin, which is called prepuce. Area between, okay, this area is called perineum. Okay, this area between anus and vestibule. The area between anus and vestibule, we call this area perineum. Okay, so inner one, vestibule, labia minora, labia majora, mons pubis. These are the parts of external genitalia of female, that is vulva. There are vestibular glands which are associated with external genitalia of female. First is greater vestibular gland and second is lesser vestibular gland. Greater vestibular gland, these are present in paired form. They are reddish yellow gland. They lies on either side of vaginal orifice. Here this structure, it is vaginal orifice, it is urethral orifice, it is the vestibule part. Okay, vaginal orifice, that is opening of vagina. So these two glands which lying near to the opening of vagina or vaginal orifice, these are reddish yellow color, reddish yellow in color, and lies on either side of vaginal orifice. And their secretion, that is alkaline, thick, and this secretion act as lubricant as well as it neutralizes the acidity of the urine, which is responsible for destruction of sperm. So it is neutralizing the acidity of urine. And another name for this greater vestibular gland is Bartholin gland. It is considered as homologous to Cooper's gland or bulbourethral gland of human male. Okay, and there is another pair of gland which is called lesser vestibular gland. These are smaller glands, smaller mucus glands, which is present between urethral orifice and vaginal orifice. So how many types of vestibular glands which are associated with the external genitalia of female? Two types. Greater vestibular gland, which are called Bartholin's gland, and in male this gland is called bulbourethral or Cooper's gland, and another is lesser vestibular gland which lies between urethral orifice and vaginal orifice. It is actually a mucus gland. Small mucus glands are there between these two openings which secrete mucus. Important note, like this vaginal mucosa, as we already discussed that vagina has mucous membrane inside it that forms fold which are called vaginal rug. So that vaginal mucosa is formed of non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, and cells lining of vaginal covering. That cells often store glycogen, resulting in harboring of bacteria of species Lactobacillus and Lactonostoc. Bacteria cause fermentation because of presence of Lactobacillus bacteria, which process happens there, fermentation. And because of fermentation process, there is production of acid, which inhibit growth of microorganisms inside the female vagina, like it is providing protection against various kind of microbial infections in female vagina. So it's a very important question that vagina is lined by which type of squamous epithelium? Non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. And which bacteria is there? That is Lactobacillus, and that produce acid because of fermentation process, and that acid inhibit growth of microbes and prevent the infection inside the vagina of the female.